Hey, welcome back. Today I'm here again with Harrison, and we are going to play
Rattle, battle, grab the loot.
So this is a game designed by Ignacy Trzewiczek, and it's published by Portal Games, another board game I picked up at Gen Con this year. And it's about pirates and merchants and loot and upgrading your ships, visiting the port, all sorts of good stuff. So it's a different type of dice game that is unlike a lot we've played. So what we're going to do for this playthrough is we're going to go through the introductory scenario called Good Morning, Mr. Norrington. So with that, I guess we can do what?
Roll the intro.
Okay, so the board is set up, and what you're seeing here is the port. What the port consists of are a number of different shops we can interact with. So the first is the market, where we can trade in 2 of any type of loot to gain back 1 of any color loot. The tavern is where we can recruit sailors. The shipyard is where we can buy parts for our ship, sails, cannons, or extra cargo holds. The workshop is where we can buy upgrades to our ship. The pit is where we can trade in 1 valuable, which is the gold loot, or 2 of any kind of loot to get back 1 silver coin, or doubloon as we'll call it. And the guild is where you can spend coins to buy these victory point cards that'll help us get enough points at the end of the game to see where we are. So Harrison, which color ship did you choose? Let's look at the setups now. So we've got our galleons, and Harrison, you've got who?
The Admiral.
And the name of your ship is?
Bounty Hunter.
The Bounty Hunter. So Harrison's going to be the green die. So he's got 4 green ships and 1 captain ship and his galleon, and he also has the player 1 token. So he'll be the Baron for the first round. I'm going to be the white player, which I have 4 white ships, 1 black captain die for a captain ship, and my galleon. Obviously we've got no parts on them yet, so I will be sailing the Pacific Princess, and the captain will be Captain Stubing. So we are going to play the introductory scenario. And for the introductory scenario, and with the 2-player game, actually, we get to choose 1 part to start with. So Harrison, what part do you want to start with on your ship?
I will take the extra cargo holder.
Alright, so he's going to add the extra cargo hold to his galleon in port before we set off. And me, I think I'm going to go with a cannon instead. I'll play a little bit differently. So cannon is a 1-use weapon that refreshes when we're back in port. So that's what I'm going to do, and that's how we're going to start. So let's get on with the scenario. Okay, so for the introductory scenario, it is called Good Morning, Mr. Norrington. And it's going to consist of 4 quests, and we're going to have to do a number of adventures between port stops to complete each quest. So the introductory scenario cards, they're pretty straightforward, and they're very basic. So this is going to be out, so we'll know what we have to do. And then we start, these are numbered, so you know exactly which each of our adventures are going to be. So this is called the Weak Merchants. And what this one is saying is, "Sail ho," calls your man in the crow's nest. On the horizon you see 3 ships. 2 of them are weak, trading vessels, but 1 of them carries a few cannons. No matter, they'll all be plundered anyway. So, gives you a number of different rules about this scenario. So it's going to be 2 green die and a yellow. So those are the 2 weaker merchants, and that's the strong one. So that's what we're going to need to set up this encounter. So we'll go to our pile of MP die, so non-player dice, and we'll fish out 2 greens and a yellow. So these are going to be our enemies this round. And now we have to decide how many ships we want to each devote to this adventure. So Harrison, how many do you want to put in?
I will put in all of my dice.
So he's going to put in all 5 ships. I'm going to put in all 5 of my ships. And the reason we're doing all 5 is because, and the reason why you wouldn't do all 5 is because in a quest that has, say, 2 adventures, you don't get to go back to port. So if you commit all 5 ships and you lose all 5 ships, you're not going to get, or even if you lose half of them, for the next mission, you're going to have to assign more ships. And if you don't have enough ships to do that, or you've got ships that are carrying cargo, you're not going to be able to apply those ships to that either. So you have a choice, either or. But you need at least 1 ship in order to gain the reward. And the way the reward is indicated, it's at the bottom of the card. So just for participating in this adventure, we're going to get to draw 5 loot. Any cannons rolled on the enemy die is going to give it a value of 3, a strength of 3, and that'll make sense in a few minutes. And the ship symbol, if that rolls up on a die, then that ship is actually going to move away. So let's get on with the adventure now. So the next step, so that was just the mission briefing, and now we're going to do the ship drop, which is basically the rattle phase. So Harrison, since he's the Baron, he's going to get to do the rattle. Alright, so Harrison, you've got all of our ship dice and the 3 merchant ships. So go ahead and rattle those babies up nice and good. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Hold them up. Whoop. There you go. Alright, we'll go with that. So you basically just drop them in there. You don't roll them in. And we can see if I can get a better angle on this. So this is our encounter. So we have to look at the first thing to do is really to identify where all of the enemy dice are to make sure that none of the special symbols came up. So we're looking for a ship symbol or cannonball symbols, and those didn't come up. So that they don't do anything. They don't have any NP ship action. So that would be the symbols, right?
Yeah.
So now we get to take our action. So since you're the Baron, Harrison, you get to go first. So what do we have? Where's your dice? You're green, right?
Yeah.
So it looks like you have, since you don't have a cannon, in order to shoot with a cannon, you need to have at least 2 cannons in total. And one of those 2 cannons could be a cannon face on a die. But since you don't have any cannons on your ship, you can't have 2 cannons. So you can't take any shots. But you can move. So would you like to move one of your ships? Now if you move one of your ships and connect against another ship, you will actually get to board that ship. So the way movement works is with this movement stick. Basically, well, actually, you don't have any sails. You can't move either. Wow, so you're kind of dead in the water, man. Sorry. So you need a sail to move. I don't have a sail either, but I do have a cannon. So, are you going to do anything then? I don't think you can do anything. So, if you don't have a sail, you can't move. If you don't have a cannon, you basically can't shoot. I don't have a sail, but I do have a cannon. So, let's look at the white dice. Do I have any cannons rolled?
I was about to say you don't have any cannon dice. You don't have any dice that are cannons.
Okay, then I guess I can't shoot either. And I don't have a sail, so I can't move either. Alright, so that ends the player action. So we can't do any player action. So now, we're going to resolve the battle. So the battle phase is pretty straightforward. So what we do is we look for any one of the NP dice, so it'll be any one of these 3, and they go to battle with the closest player ship. So that has a cannon on it, and this chart's going to tell us cannon strength, right? So he's got 1 cannon. It's going to be a strength of 3 because you don't have a cannon on your ship. So this ship gets blown up first. So I'm going to put that on his player card as blown up. Now we do the next one. So who's closest? So I would guess that your green 6 is closest. Either one of these 2. So
This one's closest to this
so
one.
which one wins? The higher number wins, right?
My die.
So what did you do with that number 4?
I killed it.
So you popped him, right? So that goes on his player card under sunk ships. We have these 2 here, so let's see what kind of distance we're looking at. So this guy is He's about 9. Yeah, he's the closest. So 5 and 1. That's one of my ships. So I'm gonna pop this 1. I'm gonna put him on my player card as a sunk ship. And the 3 it looks like he's closer to the 4. What do you say?
I guess.
All right, let's measure. So we've got 10, and we've got 12. So yeah, 4 beats a 3. You killed another ship. All right, so let us now go back and resolve. All right, so as you can see on the player card, these are where all the sunk ship goes, and this is where your sunk ship goes. So I've got 1 kill, he's got 2. So we'll retrieve all of our dice from the box, and we'll get all our ships back. So all these other ships survived. So Harrison's got his remaining ships, I've got mine. And the next phase is receive 1 gold, or one silver coin for each sunk ship.
I'm just happy I killed more ships than you.
Well, that's good. So how many coins do you get, Harrison?
I get dos silver coins.
Dos silver coins, and I get 1. All right, so we can clear these guys off. They return. Had we boarded them, we would have been able to get an extra loot as well. So you've got 4 ships remaining. I've got all 5 of mine remaining. Did not get to shoot my cannon. And now we go to the draw the loot phase. So we get to draw from the loot bag. Okay, let's back out a bit so we can see what we get here. All right, Harrison, you're up. So how many do you get? The adventure says 5, so you get 5, and I get 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, and I get 5. Lay them out here so we can see what you got. 2, 3, 4, 5.
No blues, dang it.
Okay, so each loot is different. You've got rum or
put them into categories.
yeah, rum or alcohol. You've got spices. You've got cloth, and we've got valuables. Right. So it looks like you got. All right. So now what we have to do is, if we had any sailors, we could activate them now, but we don't have any. We have to repair our ships. So, because we technically have to fix any ship that gets broken. So that's going to cost you a loot, Harrison.
I will put away this one because I would use. I can't use anything with 3
Okay.
of those rum.
So I've got no ships broken, so now we have to stow the loot. So go ahead and stow your loot. So the loot can be stored in a hold, or you can put 1 on each ship. So that's why it's good to have ships. So I have just enough ships to hold mine in my fleet. So you had what? 3 and 1 in your hold. Very good. Okay. So now we go on to the next stage, which is port. Okay, so now we're at port. So the end of this quest is we go on that one adventure, and now we go to port. So port phase goes from left to right, and we get to take 1 action at most of them. I think this one you could do multiple actions, and in the pit you could do multiple actions. I think that little symbol means you can keep doing it. But everywhere else you can only do 1 action. Like you can only buy 1 item from the shipyard this round. So since you're the Baron, what do you want to buy first?
I will use.
Well, let's start at the market. Do you want to do any trade-ins?
No.
No. I don't think I do either. All right, let's go to the tavern. Do you want to hire a sailor?
Yes.
You do. Okay, so let's pay those to the bag. We will draw the top 3. Go ahead, lay them out on the table so we can see them. All right, so we have
2 of the same person.
2 kids and Jacob Selleck. So Jacob Selleck, and then these are all blue, so they actually can be used at sea. So what he'll do is he'll let you spend 2 loot of the same type to gain 1 coin at sea. Or the kid will let you spend 1 loot to draw 2 loot and keep 1 of them. So he lets you kind of exchange loot for a different color.
I'm gonna keep Jacob Selleck.
All right, so you want Jacob Selleck. And you gotta put these back in the deck and reshuffle real quick. Alright, so I am not going to go to the tavern. I've got nothing there I want to buy. So the next step is the shipyard. Is there anything you want to do in the shipyard, Harrison?
No, I can't.
Okay, you can't. Do I want to buy something from the shipyard? I probably do. At least I think I do. Oh, this is tough. Okay, so... You know what? I'm going to skip the shipyard this round. So, do you want to do anything at the workshop, Harrison?
No.
Alright, so I do. I'm going to pay one green, one blue and one red. And I'm going to do the same thing as you did and draw 3. And then pick one. So I've got a super hull, which your ships can be the target of... your ships can't be target of explode. If your ship is targeted, target of a volley, redirect it. I can gain 3 victory points at the end of the game. Or during a move, you may sink any ship in your path. That's the Iron Teeth. And you don't receive a coin for this. I can just ram into people. What I think I'll do is I'll take the Rich Cabin.
I knew you'd choose that.
I'll go for the victory points, man.
Cheap.
I gotta win. Alright, so what that is, you just have to find the item in the upgrade pile.
And place it on your ship.
That's right. So, boom, now I got a fancy cabin, which really isn't going to do anything but look fancy. Alright, so that's it for the workshop. The pit, you want to trade in any of your valuables for coins? You are.
Yes.
Wonderful, you get 1 coin.
All about the coins.
You are all about the coins. Alright, so I've got 3 loots left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trade in my gold to get a coin. And I'm going to trade in 2 generics, as stated here, to get another coin. Alright, so there's all my loot. Oh, Harrison, you had a red one in your cargo hold.
I know, but I didn't have any.
You don't want to use it, so you're going to hold on to it?
Yeah, I'm going to hold on to it.
Alright, fair enough. Okay, so that ends the port round, and we're going to go on to the adventure number 2.
I get to be on you.
Alright, so we're going to move on to quest number 2, which looks like we're going to have a green and a crazy adventure. So let's get that going. So we'll go to number 2. And number 2 is called Spice Merchant. So we're going to need 2 green enemies and a red. Harrison, you want to grab those?
2 green.
Alright, so for this mission, or for this adventure, it's been weeks since your last assault on the merchants, and the crew is getting restless. You are running out of rum. There's a spice ship coming through, but the merchants have hired a better escort this time. So the red dice apparently are the strongest in the game. And let's go on. So some special convoys carry extra loot. These merchants are carrying spice. When you draw spice, you get to draw more loot, giving you a better chance of gaining more spice. So what are the special die faces here, special rules? So on a ship icon, they surrender immediately. We get 4 loot at the end of the phase, end of the adventure. We also get, they get 3 strength for the cannonballs, and if we draw a spice, we get +1 loot, and we can do that twice. So let's set sail and get it ready. So I'm going to move the Baron token over to me, because now it's my turn. So I'm going to take the fancy yellow coin. And let's just determine now. Harrison, how many ships do you want to deploy here?
5.
So you're going to deploy all 5 of your ships. I think I will do the same. And let's get to the battle. Okay, so we have all of Harrison's and my ship dice. Right, we've got our 2 captains.
I can't believe you forgot my 1 captain.
Well, you reminded me, okay? I can't see him on the black mat. So now we've got all of our player dice, and we've got the 2 merchant ships and their armed escort. So I'm going to rattle them up, give them a good shuffle, and then drop. And let's see what we got. Boom. All right, so we've got wow, so their armed escort immediately surrenders. So what that's going to do is, when we sink him, we're going to get +1 loot for him instead of a gold coin. and our other two merchant ships are 3s. So that's all their actions. So now we get to take ours. So I'm the Baron, so I get to go first. So since I do have 1 cannon, so I'm gonna do it. So the way cannons work are, I have to exhaust the cannon on my ship, but I can hit anybody that's within range of this black short range, right? So as long as he's within, and he is within range, boom, I pop him, so he's dead. So that's my action. Harrison, you can go if you would have had a sail or a cannon, you could have done something, but since you don't, since I don't have any more cannons, and my shot is done, I don't get to do any more actions, so my actions are done as well. So now we're going to resolve the battle. So let's look at the remaining enemy dice, right? So let's go with this guy first. So who's he closer to? The green or the white? What do you think?
I don't know.
Let's measure him up, right? So how many? What is he at?
4?
No, he's at 3. Look to the edge. So he's at 3. And so from here to the edge is a 2. So that's closer. The white ship blows out to 3, kills him.
Dang it.
And then we have this red ship down here. Yes, sir.
I got him.
Oh, you did. Yeah, that's definitely in range. I mean, that's definitely closer than anything. So it doesn't even have to be in range. It's whoever's closest.
I did it.
So he's got the sail. So he surrendered. So he gets popped. And Harrison is going to get, instead of a doubloon for that, he's going to get an extra loot.
Yay!
All right. Let's go back to the table. All right. So while Harrison pulls all of our ships out of the box, we're going to cash in. So I'm going to get, for these 2 that I sank, and you see my cannon is now exhausted, I'm going to get 2 coins for that. So instead of taking 2, I'll just turn in 3 and take back a 5. It's one of these gold coins. And Harrison, instead of getting a coin for that, he gets to draw a piece of loot.
An extra loot.
So 1 piece of loot for now, and then now I get to draw my 4 for the adventure. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you get to draw 4. Now let's make sure if we draw spice, you get to draw 1 more. So I got 1 spice, I get to draw another one. You got 4?
Yeah.
So I lay them out, so I get to draw 1 more. And I get a rum. So
but I also have a red in my
you have one in, but keep that in your hold. All right, so that's it for drawing. We would go through our sailors now. So your sailor, so what he's going to let you do is you could spend 2. He says you can spend 2 of the same type of loot to get a coin. Do you want to trade in any of your loot, or do you want to carry it all back? You can carry it back?
Yeah.
All right, so I figured. All right, so I'm going to. So now we have to stow it. Stow the loot, and I've got just enough cargo, or just enough ships to pack this cargo. You're good, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we move on to the second part of the adventure. So the second part of this adventure says, with a hull full of spice, you stop off at a little island and have a crazy adventure. So let's see what this crazy adventure is going to be. So the next card in the scenario is Party at Port. Who says pirates don't have fun? So players roll all their dice and total their cannons rolled. So let's do that. So grab all your dice. And let's see how many cannons we can roll. Alright, how many you got?
2.
I've got 1. Aye.
Sweet.
Alright, so what do you get for that? So the lowest total gets 1 alcohol and is out. So I get 1 alcohol loot, which I'm not even going to draw because I know I can't stow it. Repeat the steps until only 1 player wins. The remaining player gets 1 coin, so that would be you.
Yay! 3 coins.
And 1 loot of your choice. Do you have enough room to store another loot?
No.
No. So that's the end of the party at port. So that finishes the scenario. So now we actually get to go back to port. All right. So we looked at our loot and decided what we wanted to buy. So let's go ahead. So I'll start. None of us are going to trade in at the market, but we're going to hit the tavern. So I'm going to trade in my 2, and I'm going to hire a crewmate, crewwoman. All right, what do we got? So we've got a couple of different ones here. So it looks like the red ones, they can be used in port, and the blue one can be used at sea. So we've got Luigi. It says, when you hire a sailor, you may spend 1 rum less, and the hiring bonus of 1 sailor. That's good. Ed Nickel. In the pit, spend 3 loot of the same type to gain 3 coins. Wow, that's a nice one too. Wow, that's real nice. Okay, so Maddie, place 1 spice on Maddie. During player action phase, spend the spice from Maddie to fire with one of your ships without the cannon by exhausting only 1 cannon if there was another player ship with cannon in short range. So you can actually kind of use the help of another ship, which is pretty good, actually. What do I want? I'm going to take Maddie. We'll shuffle these in. And Harrison, you said you were going to buy as well?
Yep.
All right.
Wait a minute, I thought it was a crewmate.
Why is that blue? Oh, I shuffled. I shuffled them in the wrong deck. All right, good call. We are in the crewman. All right, so let me shuffle these up. Don't that look funny? All right, Harrison. Here's your 3 crewmen. You've got
Wait, I didn't give you
Aretha, Sammy Boy, and Tom Stick. Right here, let me see. I'm going to show the camera so they can see what cards they are, and I'll read them to you. All right?
I wanted to read.
You want to read it? Go ahead. What's that one say?
When you buy a part, you may spend 2 fabric to buy 2 parts. Sweet.
Oh, so this allows you to buy 2 parts at the port. Oh, that's awesome. Or, this is a victory point guy. Yeah.
Gain 2 victory points if you have 4 or more crewmates at the end of the game. Additionally, gains 3 victory points if you have more crewmate than all the other players.
That's all right. And Sammy Boy.
Each time you buy an upgrade, gain 1 coin.
Which one do you like?
He looks like he just escaped out of jail.
Yeah, he does. Which one do you want? Yeah, that's what I would have taken. That guy's awesome.
He looks like a thief.
What's that?
This dude looks like a thief.
He does.
This is the wrong game.
Yeah. All right.
This is pirates.
It is pirates. He's a pirate thief. Okay. Pirates aren't usually good people, Harrison. So, my turn. I'm going to go to the shipyard. And I think I will buy... I'm going to buy a cargo hold because I think I'm getting tight on space here. So let me upgrade my ship. So now I got a little more cargo room to go with my fancy captain's quarters. And you're up. What are you going to do?
So I guess I
Ship windows goes.
will, I'll just keep it like that. So it's the shipyard. Okay, so I will use this piece of rope to get a cannon.
Oh, you're buying a cannon. Very good move.
I need cannons.
I'm going to refresh my cannon too since we're in port.
I need cannons, dude.
You do. Alright, now we'll move on to the workshop. So I've got enough to buy a part. And I will go with 1, 2, 3. Ooh, I got some interesting stuff here. Let's see, we have bombs. All of your cannon rolls are strength of 6. That's pretty nice. Secret hold. You can store any number of valuables here. That one's actually pretty good too. Or the ballista. All of your ships have +1 strength, or one of your strengths is now a strength of 6. Interesting. I'm going to go with these crazy monkey bombers. It's a nice passive ability. Alright, Harrison, you are up.
My only question about the monkeys is why are they so crazy?
They're crazy monkeys, I don't know.
Okay, so I will use my rope and my spice to get a special.
So you're going with the upgrade too, huh? Ooh.
Oh.
Do you even need to think about that one?
I don't really think so. Super cannons, dude.
Read them off. What do they say?
During a move you may... Yeah, we already read this.
What does it say?
It's
Oh, the iron teeth? Okay.
We already read
What
that.
else you got?
Change the strength of one of your ships to any result. All of your cannons have double range. I didn't even have to think.
I didn't think so. So you have the super cannons. I gotta get you the super cannon piece. There we go. Oh wow, that's a full size piece. So your ship's getting bigger. Yeah, the thing's huge.
I don't even have enough room, I think. Okay, I do.
Legit.
My ship is getting large.
All right, so
Soon I'm not gonna have enough room for this.
I know I'm out of loot, so I'm done in the port, and you have how much loot left?
I'm guessing
What do you
I
got?
only have this.
All right, so what do you want to do then? You want to take it to the pit?
Yes.
So he's going to give it to the Pirate King. Pirate King is going to pay you 1 coin. How many coins do you have over there?
5.
5?
I want a gold coin.
You sure do. All right, so looks like you and I, after 2 quests,
Are tied.
are tied at 5 coins each. I've got a couple of upgrades going here. A crewman.
Wait, don't you have to place the crazy monkeys on your ship?
I did. They're right here.
Oh.
And
I
you're getting
didn't
ready
see
to
that.
throw bombs everywhere. Okay, so let's go down and see what our ships look like now. Alright, so I've got my upgrades with my crazy monkeys. Got my rich cabin cannon. And Harrison over here.
I have
Wow,
a
his ship is
gigantic
like
ship.
it's like huge. So he's got his super cannons. He's got his 1 extra cannon. And that's it for your upgrades, right? So we've each got 5.
The skeletons there are to show that it's deadly. No one wants to mess with me.
No, they don't. Alright, so that ends quest number 2. And there you have it. So what we'll do is we will continue our adventure in the next video. So we've got 2 more quests to go on. And we finished the introductory scenario, so
And we'll probably finish it tomorrow.
I would say so. So thanks for watching,
Please subscribe.
and we'll see you next time.
Bye.